Does our background define us? Like, you see the people you surround yourself with, they can make you stay to that your pity party, na kuna wale friends watakutoa. No, si ati juu ulizaliwa huko, come next show, we can do this and this, make money, help your mom. And then there's this other group, they are like, unajua si tuko hivyo, ghetto ndio mtaa. So, you see, kubali, hivyo ndio life iko. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to our amazing channel. We are so humbled for you guys to be with us. Thank you so much for subscribing, everybody. Thank you for our new members. We really appreciate. Okay, guys? So today, we were just here chilling and we were like, does our background define us? Can our background define what we're going to be in future? Welcome, guys, to this conversation. My good name is Hawa Eve.
This is Lydia Gitashu.
We're teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Yes, guys, and we have our girlfriends.
Yes.
We love our girlfriends. So tukipatana nao tunawadandia. Yes, guys, so they're gonna introduce themselves.
I wanted to tell the subscribers right down there who is this and who is this. Let's see whether you really pay attention.
Who is this and who is this?
Who is she? Who is she? Gina too. Yeah.
Alafu you know what follows. Wakiingia vizuri.
Yeah. You never. We have a token. We have a token for you. So, guys, let's indulge. So, does our future define us? Can our future define us?
Future.
You mean past?
Sorry, our past can define us. Our background from parents, vile tume grow and all that. I think I'll start with a quote, or I finish with a quote. I'll start with a quote. There's a quote that I read that when you were growing up, you had a background. When now we are adults, you are the background. So knowing that, can it define us? Or can it define what you're going to be in future?
If you let it.
Yeah, if you let it, yes.
But for sure it will influence, not necessarily affect like directly. You see, for instance, you grow up in an abusive environment, so there is basically two very typical reactions. You will see it as normal, and when you face it, you just probably
This is what life is.
or you will get so scared of that kind of a relationship, you will just shut the world down and fail to engage. Now those are the common ones, but then now there's the people who sit and decide, you know what, fine, this happens, but these other good things happen, even if it's elsewhere, and I can have that for myself. So influence, yes. They like that's all these traumas we all need to, everyone has some kind of trauma they need to heal from. So these are all these traumas we all need to heal from. Influence, affect, now that's up to you.
The influence, I like that.
You have to say whether they affect what you become.
No, I just loved the influence part.
They can influence, but they should not define. And that's why I say a lot of this, that I have never let my childhood decide who I'm going to become. Because if I had, I don't believe I'd be alive. Or I'd probably be a very depressed human being. I'd never have achieved anything in my life. Growing up, watching all the stuff that I grew up in toxic kind of environments, where there was child labor, where there was sexual abuse, where there was all kinds of crazy that you can imagine. But would I have been here if I had let that define who I was going to become? You're not your childhood. You're not your childhood. But you're some of the decisions you make as you're growing up. And you can decide, this is not going to happen to me, this has to stop. But sometimes, let me tell you, because I was in an abusive relationship and I grew up watching an uncle abusing my aunt. And I grew up not knowing what alcoholism is, because I thought it was a daily thing. So when I started dating people who had problems with alcohol, I was like, first of all, there's one, it's no big deal. This is what I'm used to. Until you see somebody really actually needing help. really actually needing help and needing to go and get checked by doctors. So you're like, oh, it's a disease. So there's some things I think that childhood blocks, or it becomes see, that's okay, it's not me who's doing it, and it's something I've seen people do it. And then domestic violence, watching my uncle and aunt go at it, and then me myself getting involved in a domestic violent kind of situation. Ooh, by the time I was like, I had to wake up out of it, because otherwise he was going to kill me. So if you let it,
it's gonna mess you up.
can.
And would you say that sometimes, like you said, you saw alcohol then, but you didn't know it was alcoholism? Do you think sometimes it can make someone feel like it's okay, it's normal, it's okay, it's a normal thing, that even when you get into a relationship and you find the same thing, there are people who still continue with it, saying hata kwetu iko? Do you feel like it's a thing?
That's a very common reaction.
Yeah, it's a very common. Yeah, I've seen somebody like wamereziwa kwa your mother and father are fighting, and then you see your parent and a fight. By that point, your mom will be like, hey, don't worry, me and the dad just got into a heated argument, we're going to be okay. You still find them, they're still together. Uko like, kwani mbona wana fightingi? But then itakuwa kitu every day. So when you get married and then your husband first slaps you, you're like, hey, venye mama aliniambia, sita mama lika. That what leads to uko like, acha tu nikai, sita mama lika.
Yes.
Gongeshwa and then it leads to all this. Unajua sasa utakuwa like, hiyo ni life. Mimi nimezaliwa hivyo, so I think maybe it's a thing. Then maybe when you come out ukifikiria, something like, hey, this violence.
This is
maybe
wrong.
If you tell a friend akwambie, hey, that's not normal in a marriage. So I feel like inakwangana ka kuwasha ka kiberiti. Inawasha maisha yako. Then maybe if you tend to open up, you learn and you be able to share with people, I think it helps you in the future. And then uko na grounds, ni kama tuseme people can be saying, hey, kwa hiyo familia yenyu there's this chain. They be like, your familia awasomangi wajafika university. And then you have to just take a stand and you know what, the chain stops from here, the chain cuts from here. They unakuwa like, watu wako normal unashanga, kwani nitoka familia inakaaje, watu wasomi, or they feel like you're supposed to be pulled back, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, like I've come from a family where nobody has a voice. Like kila mtu anaogopa fulani ati wale wako na pesa kuliko hivi. And then tumelelewa na mama yetu peke yetu and my grandma, so we had no father figure. My mom is kwa like 7-8 boys, so all of them si wako hapo with their wives. Hakuna mtu wako na single mama ama single dad, wote wako na family. So it got to a point like mtu wako, unajua ni kama nyinyi ni different, mjalelewa na baba yenyu. And I'm like, who told you so? Kwani wewe mlelewa na babako, do you have two heads? So like it got to a point I took my son and I'm like, you know what,
enough.
I got to a point, the whole family like, I'm taking my stand. You won't talk shit about it because somebody amelelewa na mama yake, because you're thinking it's a normal thing. So tumelelewa, you find cousins, they know that's a thing. Watoto wao, they know that's a thing. So that hatred continues until inafika point uko like, hey, this is abnormal. And it affects so many people's future. Kutapata, you won't even talk to your cousins. Why? Because ilikuwa chain from kitambo background. Their mother, this mother, they don't talk. So these kids and these kids, they will never talk. And that is, hiyo ni background in affect future ya mtu. And it's so
And I feel like especially some of our extended, my extended family, we have that chain. Where even if you check like my mom, her cousins, they don't talk because I don't know which auntie then did what. And it's like it has come to hours.
Yeah.
So you can see even me and some of my other cousins, we started having that thing where we don't talk. So annoying. And me, I always feel like this is nonsense. But it can never define who I am. It will never change me for me. Me, I know what I want and I know what life should be like. If they feel like they want to stay in that pit, up to them.
It's very common for families. Most families have that issue where you find yourselves inheriting grudges. So on top of inheriting bad habits and good ones, you inherit grudges, you inherit, all sorts of things. But you see, how much anything has power over you is entirely up to you.
Yeah.
You can decide these cousins I was told not to talk to. Let me go and talk to them.
Yeah.
I see why I am not supposed to talk to them. You can just decide to do that.
Yeah.
Wakuchukia, wakupende, at the end of the day, when ni mtoto wenu bado, they cannot get rid of you. You know, you
Yeah.
can just sit and decide, okay, I'm not inheriting this. So you, whatever things, whatever you did yesterday, it can only influence what will happen tomorrow
Or today.
or today, but it cannot dictate.
Today Kathy
The
is
outcome
serious.
of life.
She's very serious. It cannot today. It cannot dictate.
But you know, but it's very true.
Yeah.
Alafu, what I usually find hard to fight is, for me, when I'm growing up, I started working early, but I was already of age. I niko na ID already, but I felt like I needed more, like maybe to go to schools, maybe to try out different careers, kusomea, unaona hizo courses, but I never got an opportunity because kuna part inafikanga the background you're in, you cannot be able to afford something, so you just dust yourself and you're like, you know what, I might not. There's some people who cannot go to school, but I can still go to work and still pay my own school fees. Naona vitu kama hizo. But then it gets to a point like, sasa I would say if my past nini future yangu, because right now I'm living my future bado, si ndio? Like 5 years ago sikuwa najua nitakuwa wapi saizi. Unapata an auntie will be like, don't walk with that one. Huyu atakuharibu. I would never be ashamed to say this, but there was an auntie who told one cousin first, I used to love makeup till date, but they will see makeup as usherati. So I'm like, kwani ni watu gani wanafaa kupaka makeup? I don't know, is it the people who are hoeing around, or
that's the mentality?
This is art. It's not like something I learned from somebody. I told Cass one day, like, I just woke up and I'll say, let me improve on my eyebrows. I don't even know, like, eyebrows aje. I take eyeshadow, I blend, they become something. My shosho used to be like, hey, thank you to in a couple, you know. And she's old, but she's like, I'm supporting you if you're doing it. But then inafika point tunaambia, auntie, usikembe na ule utapata mimba, hata labda alitoa. And that's when I'm in school. And you're like, what kind of world are we living in? Mwingine, don't work with her. Mwenye ameshajua mambo ya wanaume, definitely she even has HIV. And I'm like, hadi uko like, wow. So you can sit down and unaangalia maisha ya mtu kwa like, so juu hawa yuko hivi, them they are the ones who are going to be carrying the bad things. But unfortunately, the people who are told, they even give birth earlier than me.
Yeah, it's funny how
hallelujah. She just said hallelujah.
It's not like I praised God that day, but I felt so like mamangu
vindicated,
like, do you know you don't play with God? God is not your sister, your father. Yani God is ni kitu tu sijui ni nini that you can play with God today. Kesho amekugeuzia maisha. You can be the richest person on earth. Tomorrow you're nobody.
Yes.
Yani mtu tu sorry, hata kama utaona. Hata alingia form 1 akona mimba. So mimi nimemaliza hadi nimeingia campus.
Ukichora tu eyebrows.
It's just that I'm very talkative and I want to know about life. You see, mbele nilifanya nijue I'm not supposed to like maybe sleep with men at this age.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to, at least when kimbele yangu ilifanya nisizae ati mapema. I might be even young now, but I appreciate that nimepata mtoto because it's the right age of a lady to have a kid. Lakini sasa hiyo kitu ingeni affect. It's so hard to move past it because our background in affect sister yangu sana. She's older than me, like 9-10 years. Sasa unapata she took time before she healed, trying to accept that we are not the same kwa family, that we don't have a dad, how we surviving, and others will see like our shosho is loving us more. But she knew what she was doing because she felt like if we don't get the parental iyo guidance and everything, we'll feel katumesukumwa nje. So like she took time in her nafika hivi 30s, but she doesn't know how to understand her feelings. But me, already 19-year-old girl, I already know how to stand up and say, you know what, utaniongelesha venye unataka. You have no right. But yako like, no, but you're rude. And I'm like, no. As long as you know you're right. Simama nayo. So like now, it's just the other year, I guess even last year is when she took charge. And she's 32 now. She took charge and she just, ina taking time. So unaona kuna watu ina affecting ka affect future yake kidogo ako like anaji question, but mimi nilitake nikasema you know what kitu mnasema.
No, you see, I think she got affected
a lot.
Yes. That's why we were asking if it affects.
Yeah, it does.
You see, it affected her.
Yes, it did.
And it's not good. But me, I say, you see, like me, I have an auntie. I don't know, I told you this story. I was working somewhere in Westlands. You know, I had that 3 to 8 shift. She could say that I don't go to work. I go to CG do what in Westlands. Just because she didn't understand, how did you get that job? How did you just get that job? And I was like, you know what? Hiyo ni kelele ya chura. Me, I'm just going to do what I got to do. And it has never stopped me from doing what I want. Especially that me, I hang out with guys more than the chicks. So I was like, you know what? You said that. That's okay. But I'm going to stand firm and I'm going to prove you wrong. I think I have a lot to say like her. But I also, let me go back kidogo to where you said you started working, you started earning. You know, now there are people who feel like I don't have a dad. So my cousins have dads, so they pull back. They don't start looking for work. They don't wanaenda maandamano. They don't want to work. I don't know.
Yeah, they just want pity.
Yes.
Yeah, like just because you don't have a dad or your father died, every like the world has to stop.
It can't. The world doesn't care.
No one. I want to tell you a story.
Care.
Let me tell you something I did that influenced my schooling. When I got into Form 1, my maths teacher, we were being taken to the Nairobi National Park as a trip. Form 1s, you just, you know, for you to feel like, hey, now I'm in high school and stuff like that. So the maths teacher, she came in that morning when we were just getting ready to go to the bus and be taken. Then she was like, "Woo, Form 1s, you've combed your hair. You look so nice. You've combed your hair. You've combed your hair for the monkeys to admire you." You know, now when you go to the national park. And you know, I took that so badly. I never liked that teacher from Form 1, and unfortunately, she taught me until Form 4. She would come in and I would switch off. I just hear monkeys. Instead of listening to her when she's teaching, I was very good in accounting, but maths I got a D+. Let me advise you, subscribers, and this: do not let such things affect you. Don't, because a teacher they're already working. So when you're in school, you're studying towards getting your dream job or whatever it is that you're going to become. So if you let that voice just block you from knowing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in the 4 years you're in high school or wherever in life you are, man, I got a D+. You know, I missed 1 point to join university because of math. Yeah.
Because of monkeys.
Because of monkeys. Monkeys in my head. So, yeah, they can influence. Yeah.
It's true.
Like a disease.
Yeah.
It's hard to overcome.
Yeah.
So the thing you will agree is that you let it.
I let it.
Yeah.
I
Because
absolutely
everything, we are the ones who give these things life.
Yeah.
The Bible says, you know, the power of the tongue, yeah?
Yeah.
You can give life, you can take life. So if you give life if you feed your fears, by the way, they will come to life. They will grow, they will blossom. If you feed your dreams, if you give them life, then that is what is going to manifest in your life. You know, so it's just entirely up to us. It is very difficult.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these small things they do for you or do to you, they have a whole lot of influence. But now it is up to you to choose. Okay, hii inanijenga aje? Or hii yenye amesema, does it have? Because you see, sometimes what we say has more to do with us than it does with the person that we are saying it to. Unaona? Maybe mimi ndio niko insecure about mwili yangu, ndio maana nakubody shame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unanipata?
True.
So yeye nashinda wewe uko hivi. Na wewe deep down ongea lakini unaniangalia wewe. Unaona? But unapata hii yenye nashinda nikiimba hapa ni juu mimi that's how I feel about myself, and it's like I'm projecting it on you. So it is up to you. Sometimes unaenda unaketi kama mkutano kidogo. Okay, so nimeambiwa nimeambiwa nitakuwa admired na monkeys. Si ndio? Kwa mfano, I'm going to be admired by monkeys.
Yeah.
Hizi ziko na sense of style.
Yeah.
Unaona hazina. So huyo ameniambia nini? I don't think that has anything to do with me.
Yeah.
Step on it.
Yeah.
Move on, you know. But now you see it takes some kind of empowerment, of which unfortunately for us Africans tunakutananga na huko mbele, especially back hizo tambo kidogo. Tunakutana na huko, you know.
Yeah.
So hata by the time unajipata unapata sauti unakuta maybe ushagonga 30 ndio ati umegaza karibia utajiongelea I'll speak
Like
my
Michelle
mind.
vile amesema.
Vile anasema utapata saa like your sis ni juu ya influence ya back then. We had very little exposure. Unaona, so unapata by the time una build your confidence, by the way ume come through so many odds. Unaona, ume come through so
And a
many
lot has
odds.
passed you by over the years.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, you see, the people you surround yourself with, they can make you stay to that your pity party. Na kuna wale friends watakutoa. They'll be like, no, si ati juu ulizaliwa huko, come nikushow, we can do this and this, make money, help your mom, help your bro, help whoever. And then there's this other group, they are like, unajua si tuko hivyo, ghetto ndio mtaa. So you see, kubali, hivyo ndio life iko. So
but you know, decision comes from you.
Yes.
You can be somewhere and maybe doing something and Kathy tells me, Michelle, stop doing that. You know, it's not good. And I look, hey, it's not good. Kesho yake I'll feature myself, do what that's not good, because it's still inside me. As long as I've not let it out and I'm bold enough to say, hii kitu imeniisha, it will never come to an end. And you see, those words, naona words kama venye Lydia amesema ilimtake hadi akafeli. It's not easy. Like, words are very strong. Alafu kitu mbaya ni words ina stick kwa kichwa. You know, there are some things, mimi kwa background yangu nimeambiwa nikiwa mtoto, I still have them in mind. And if I see that person, I have so much hatred. Even if nime heal, I don't think I've healed enough, because you had no right to tell me such things. In the first place, you're a human being. It's not like I'm an animal. Naona vitu mingi huwa zinakuwa affect, even in relationships. You may have been in a relationship where somebody is telling me, like, right to your face, you are useless, you are valueless. That time I used to cry nikikuja job na uliza Kathy, do I look useless? Do I look valueless? Ananiambia no. Ati huyo ni huyo mtu. But hata akiniambia no, hiyo kitu bado kwa kichwa changu niko like, maybe I'm even useless, ndio maana nawachwa. Unaona? Hiyo kitu ina stick kwako until you're even scared of opening up. Like, I'm scared to opening up to new people. I just want to stick with the people I know from Kitambo, because I don't want now to pretend I'm to pia niambe you're useless again. Because then nitauliza mtu, nitakuwa very careful. I'll just be careful with my feelings, like nimpende alafu aniambie mimi ni valueless ama mimi ni useless. So like the power, like hiyo mdomo tu umeambia mtu kitu, I feel like people need to just watch their mouth. No matter ati mtu aseme I was angry, unaweza haribu future ya mtu hivyo just hivi. Anaweza kuwa maybe they had a bright future, but if it's snap umeharibia mtu future yake yote. Kuna watu, they don't know how to take things very like move on faster. I know I can move on, like nifanyie, I'll keep it but I'll move on. Maybe kichwa yangu iko focused. But if somebody plays with my sister, I know how it's going to affect her. So I have to be I might be younger, but I have to defend her. Because I know if you tell her this thing, itambeba hadi inaweza chukua 10-15 years. Alafu after that umemwestia 10 years, 15 years. So I usually know, like, even my mom is very soft. So if somebody tells her something, I'm the one who kept on telling them, no.
Be strong. It's just pick up.
Mimi inaniuma, but you have to be strong, because watu wanakungana venye wanaweza ibeba. The people can forgive and forget. Somebody who forgives and never forgets. Somebody who can never forgive till they die.
True.
Yeah, so it's ni watu tu wachunge tu mdomo yao. You know, it's not good.
But because we are not going to control midomo za watu and hatuta control actions za watu towards us, I feel like everybody should try and find their strength. Where is my strength? Strength yangu huwa wapi? Then hold on to it. Itakusaidia ku overcome anything else that comes on your way, right? Yeah, because even for me, you see, my auntie, the one was saying all that nonsense. Because umeingia Radio Africa, aje, Dem ameingiaje Radio Africa? You didn't go to campus. How did you get there? No. I'm like,
Mambo ni ulala na nani ukapewa job.
No, that is what happened. That was the conversation.
Alifungua miguu akapewa
Yeah, that was the
job.
conversation. But I told myself, say, no, that's not true. Say, I know how I got the job. I was only nice to someone. While I was in college, I was nice to someone. So when there was an opening, he called me. He told me, kuna opening, tuma CV sahi.
Yeah.
That's how I got the job. But you see, if I allowed myself to be in that pit because she said, nianza kujeka kwa kona, sijui nini, I could not be where I am right now.
Hata una lose your job immediately.
Imagine, because utaanza kuogopa kwenda job, what will people say? So people...
There's another
Wesema tu.
Acha mimi do
mine.
Yeah, it only needs...
This story talking about there was a competition that was called Media Rave for media houses a long time ago, and it was a dancing competition. You get on the dance floor, the music, it was at Carnival, I'll never forget. The music is put up and they keep eliminating. The judges come and they point, get out. And it was being aired on Metro TV, or is it KBC? I'm not sure. It's back some years back. And so I went and I was dancing on behalf of Metro TV, Metro FM. So I got on that stage, we danced, hey, sweat. I told you I love dancing.
Yeah.
We danced. I was number one was Italia Masiero. She was for Capital. I was number 2. I was given 7,500. Woo-wee, the best, sweetest money ever. You sweated, literally, I really did sweat for that money. Do you know that aunt of mine said what? Yeah? Look at her, she's on TV. What kind of a job is that? She's prostituting herself.
Aunties, what's happening?
Like that. What is this word you like using so much? Prostituting.
Yeah.
And then nowadays she can't look at me in the face because I put the Gitashu name on the map. With my prostitute.
You're on the TV every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't let it
But
define
You didn't let
This
it pull you
blades-
down.
These blades we arm our tongues with.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Alafu worst thing, it comes back to you. Me, I've seen. Unasema inakutandika yako. Right back.
Karma.
Right back.
This universe doesn't forget. Yeah. Do you see what? Okay, I'm sorry to say this, but sometimes pastors' children, do you see what happens with them?
They're very.
Because they're so judgmental.
Because
Because some are very judgmental, the pastors.
The parents.
yeah, most
Even,
kwanza pastor yetu mtoto wake anakuanga MC. Labda ataniona hapa. He's a very nice MC by the way. He's a crazy MC
He's
kwa
a
club.
nice one.
Kwa club. Na babake ni pasi walai.
But that's his path. That was his dad's
Everyone
path.
follow- yeah.
This is your path. You know, there's something I say. I'm not going to mention those people, but I came to realize they were born, they were put into this religion, and then they still have to follow this religion because of their parents. But you see, behind the scenes, the things they do.
Yeah.
Maina, let me tell you.
Let me tell you, Maina. Yeah, so you see, that's what I'm telling you. That's your friend. That is his journey.
Yeah, that's it.
When his time comes, you never know, he might even become a bigger, better person than his parents.
Feature because you do what you love.
That's
Yeah.
your
Don't
journey.
even care what people are going to do.
As long as a parent, sometimes parents can make you go in a wrong path.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about education. It's always good to get an education. And most people say that, no, I did this one for my parents, but now I can follow my passion. You can do both. Human beings have the capability of doing all those things. Because Mungu alipatia that brain. So if you can do both, especially for education, I know parents love that. So I would encourage, please, Soma, but also follow your passion, do both at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
I think what you're trying to highlight is how parents sort of like try to live their youth
Yeah.
through you.
Living vicariously through the children. Yeah.
Yes, and it's what you're saying is it's not fair.
No, it's not.
But on this other avenue of your parent is pushing you, say, to do law and you want to play football, I think those are things you can do together.
Yeah.
No matter how discorded they may seem.
They love.
Yeah.
But those are things actually you
I
can
think
do
those
together.
things will change with us, our children.
Yeah, our children.
Because
we will
there's
allow
a
them.
more, even this CBC is actually influencing.
We are
that.
more open-minded.
Yeah.
We are
And
more
usually it's
open-minded.
nice because
Yeah.
it's making a parent and child
Yeah.
must spend time.
Yeah.
Unapata watu wako hapa ameambiwa you and your mother do this or your family, whole family. So ndio mama atakuwa hapa akikufanyisha homework, but you see the other days,
Yeah.
hata sisi hata kama ni wajuzi, like unapata homework unafanya peke yako. Mathematics kwa hapo unafanya
Yeah.
hakuna mambo mingi.
Yeah.
Unafanya homework ni hivyo tu. But right now CBC the parent has to be there because vitu za kuweka picture, kutumia vitu mingi. I feel like inaleta parent and child together. It's helping dreams and talents.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was so candid. I feel like we could go over and over, but I would like us to say like a final word, each and every, just to encourage someone out there.
Yeah.
They might be feeling there was something that was said to me by my parents, my auntie, my uncle, my whoever. Maybe they had this poor background. You call it humble background,
Yeah.
and maybe you feel like you're stuck there. Imagine there's something you can do, so we can just quickly. A quick one, starting from here.
Kathy.
I'm a madam dictates.
Let Kathy
Yes.
start.
See, for me, it's very simple. Everything in our lives, it is like we are the ones who give life and power to anything that happens to us. So, for whoever who needs to hear this, whatever you're going through or whatever you went through, it may influence. Maybe you learned a lesson. Maybe unlearned something. It may influence. But if you want it to dictate, if it dictates to you, it means you're the one who let it. So it is entirely up to you what you do with that. So you have the power. If you want to change it, it's a clean slate. Yeah.
Awesome. Our guest, before they get
Karibu nikuwe blank.
She was too deep.
Yeah, she was so deep, but I feel like you see that small thing you think that's not going to work out. Yeah, just give it a try. You can give all the options, like Ojambiwa. You can try everything. You can try every small thing you think that won't work out a chance. You'll just find that there's always that one thing that will work out someday. Ni kama unaweza sema watu wakuza chumvi, unaona wanatanga chumvi 6 bob ama 7 bob. Those people are multi-billionaires or something. So ndio. Yeah, chumvi, and it's inakanga ujinga, but that makes a shilling. 1,000 bob cannot be complete without a shilling.
That's true.
Yeah, so just be confident and wataongea to me. What I usually even say, people can talk. They will always talk, but it will never be written on your body or your face. Na hakuna ti pesa umeambiwa sijui ulifanya hii umesomea hii. Just leave your comfort zone. Drop your standards, drop your sijui mimi ni msupu siwezi fanya hii job. Drop your papers. If papers yako ikupatia job, try another job. Put your papers down first. Ujiambie uzichome. Drop your ego, drop your beauty, drop your handsomeness, and try to maybe try something new. And then ukipo huko juu, bring up your papers and
move on.
Endelea tu.
Yeah. These people are deep. Hey, I'm very simple. I'll just say this. I will quote a very wise woman in this room that says, everyone who walks is a walking story. Everyone has a story. But it's up to you how you're going to rewrite your story. It's up to you to write your own story. It doesn't matter what happened to your parents. It doesn't matter what happened to you when you're growing up. We know it's not easy. Sometimes it's absolutely not easy. But it's up to you to write your own story. Write your own story from today and let us see a better story. You'll also sit somewhere and tell someone, Aki, one day I was like this, but now look at me. Feel encouraged, my people.
I will leave you with a quote, okay? The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Are you dreaming? That's a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. She was a former First Lady of the US of A, okay? And I would like to thank you all for watching this particular video. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And please, go to the comment section. Share this stuff. We love you all and we thank you so much for all these new subscribers that we have. We cannot wait to keep growing and growing, and we want to grow together, and we want to thank our guests for being here. Now they're no longer guests. These are our sisters. Man. These are our regulars now. So until the next video, bless you. Bye. Salud. Bye.